What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So I know I don't normally record on Thursdays, but I had to come and share this with y'all today. It's somewhat like a follow-up from yesterday's video. In yesterday's video, I talked about how narcissists put on performances in front of certain people to prove something to them. And with those performances, they gaslight, they manipulate, they crazy make, just everything that describes a covert narcissist. So, she did this on yesterday, and that was in front of guests, people who we don't normally work with every so often, but not every day. So today we're back to normal. It's just the regular work crew of the 9 or 10 of us. So there's no special guest there today, so there's no reason for her to put on a performance and just do the most. So today she's back to her regular evil ways. Okay, so y'all remember I did a video, and if I could find that video, I'll put that link down below. But I did a video on how certain things bother the narcissist. And I did a video on, I think I titled it Yellow Tray, Blue Tray Theory, or I used the theory in that video. Narcissists are so bothered by things that we do that they don't prefer. They take away our free will of doing things. And we pretty much follow their lead for a long time just to keep the peace. You know, because a normal human being, they do things like that, you know, because it doesn't bother them and they don't see the harm in it. When you don't really know what's going on with a person, you just kind of go with the flow. And I did that for a long time. She had me under that type of control that I didn't know I was, you know, under control of. But yeah, it happened. For a long time, she always chose to have us to do the work the way she wanted it done. And that's with yellow trays, because she served on the girls' serving line at work. And the boys' serving line, she always preferred that blue trays go on that side, and she don't even work on that side. So still in all, she's taken away the person who served on the boys' side. She's taken away their preference to do the things the way they want to do it. So with that being said, when I went no contact with her and set boundaries, of course, she was no longer allowed to tell me anything about how she preferred me to do my work. As long as the work is done, that's all that matters. There's no rule that certain color trays go on either side. You can sit the trays out however you choose, as long as the work done, as long as the food is there for the children to choose from. So today she did something that I knew she would eventually do. It was just a matter of when she would do it. Today, I pulled 4 trays for broccoli salad. Those 4 trays were 2 yellow trays and 2 blue trays. I was not going to sit the 2 yellow trays on the girls' side because I'm just going to do it how I want to do it. Now, you know, back when I first realized how this bothers the narcissist that I do things my way after I set my boundaries, of course I was pulling all blue trays, you know, just to get a reaction out of her, just to let her know. Not so much her reaction. The reaction is just a given. But I did that just to show her without having to say anything to her, that you do not control me. You will not supervise me and tell me how I'm going to do my work when it really doesn't matter. So once you prove this to a narcissist, they have no choice but to accept it. But today, like I say, she did something that I knew would happen eventually. What she did was pull the blue tray from the girl's side and put it on the boy's side. She pulled the blue tray from the boy's side and put it on the girl's side. That made her have all blue trays. Now, how did I look at this? I looked at it like, oh, she's trying to tell herself. She's trying to tell herself that she's not bothered by the blue trays being on her side. On top of that, she went and whispered something to another coworker and said, I'm going to show her. And I'm like, but you're talking to someone about something that they're not even paying attention to, because no one should be paying attention to that. Of course, I'm going to pay attention to it because that's how I'm able to bring y'all these videos. I just want to pinpoint out the narcissist way of thinking and how they are telling themselves that certain things don't bother them that are bothering them. She is, in fact, still bothered by the way I choose to do my work, but by her rearranging the way I did it today, and she called herself doing it in a way where she think I prefer. She think that she's letting me know that it doesn't bother her, when in fact she is bothered, again, because she wouldn't have rearranged it to begin with. On top of that, there were other trays on that side that were yellow. So if you're not bothered, why didn't you switch out those yellow trays of fruit trays and other vegetable trays and switch them out with the boys' side and put the blue trays? Like, why didn't you put all blues on your side for the girls' serving line, if that was the case? Because again, it only goes to show that she is trying to make a statement towards me. She was throwing that towards me because she wants me to know that she's not bothered, when in fact she is still bothered. She's still bothered. So again, the narcissists, they don't win when they do things like this. It just goes to show how deep she is in her thoughts about how she's going to get revenge and prove a point. It's like, it is just crazy that they never give up. They never give up. They never get over you. They will continue to do anything they can to prove a point to you, to let you know no matter what, they will come out on top in the end. And that was her way of, I guess, telling me that she's still in control of her own feelings. And I'm like, well, no, you're not, because if that was the case, she wouldn't have even touched the trays. It shouldn't matter. I mean, I don't care. She can rearrange the trays all day because, baby, look, I'm like this. Once I've done the work, my work is done, and I'm moving on to the next thing for the day. I don't care how many trays she rearrange. Once I've done the work, I've done my part. As long as she don't undo the work itself, like as long as she don't, do away with the food, which, I know she crazy, but she not that crazy. So she needs to know this, because I know she's watching, she's peeking in, she's stalking, she's paying attention to everything I put in these videos. And she goes outside, she watched the video, she comes back in, and she's giving me this dirty look, like she's about to teach me a lesson, like she's about to show me something. So I'm like, it's whatever. But that's what I wanted to point out really quick, is how, the narc, she wants you to think that they're not bothered by the things that they are bothered about. And so using the blue tray, yellow tray theory is the best way that I can, show you an example of how things